Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, original, chapter number 3, text number 13. Yagya Shishta Shiniga Shando Munjande Sarva Kalbishai Bunjade Twagam Pavaye E Pashyande Atma Karanada. Yagya Shishta Shiniga Shando. Shando means devotees of the Lord. The devotees of the Lord eat food that is offered to the Supreme Lord. In Yagya is called Prasadam. The importance of Prasadam is it gives mercy and spiritual rejuvenation in the heart of all living entities. Direct meaning for Prasadam is blessedness. So, Yagya Shishta Shiniga Shando devotees. There are two things. One is Nivedyam, second is Amedyam. Amedyam is like a stool. Nivedyam means it is purified, sanctified food. Even your health department, if you open a restaurant, they will come and actually see the sanctity of your premises and kitchen. It is obvious that we need to maintain this standard for our own purification, so that the germs and worms would not contaminate your very life and also your consciousness. Just like sometimes you open up fruits and you see some worms there, especially mangoes in rainy season. So the entire appetite will be lost. So sanctification is actually important. So here the Lord is explaining about the transcendental spiritual sanctity. You may wash rice 10 times, you may wash vegetables, fruits in salt water. So try to get your germs out of the place. But if you don't offer that food to the Supreme Lord, because He is the giver of that food, this is exactly like a father brings a lot of cookies and chocolates for his children. And the children, after obtaining it from the father, they open up the packet and give to the father, or open the chocolate, give it in his mouth. What is that? It is just exchange of love. This is what Krishna is looking for, that we are grateful to the resources supplied by the Supreme Lord through the material energy. Yesterday we explained 5 different kinds of yagya. Those yagyas are for our purification. Especially the people got married. There are tremendous amount of bodily enjoyment. For purifying this enjoyment they have enjoyed or enjoying, they must also have to have a neutralization program. Otherwise, all products will be counterproductive. It will not be productive for your future life. In other words, it will be opposite. But when we neutralize by serving and studying the scriptures, Brahma Yagya, Pitru Yagya, Deva Yagya, Nara Yagya, Buddha Yagya, these are the sacrifices. It purifies. Not only that, there are strong other 5 aspects of sinful activities which you do every day without your knowledge, which is called Panchasuna Yagya. These yajnas are killing invisible living beings, like lighting the fire for your food purpose or bathing purpose, heating up the water. There are so many living entities, they get burned. You don't see that. When you sweep your house and mop, there are innumerable living entities are crushed and dead. When you fetch water, the water pot, cups, and various other premises, the living entities are killed. When you walk all over the places, right? At the office, on the road, you go for morning walk, evening walk, chit-chatting, walking, going here, there, meeting this guest, that guest, so social. But you don't know the sins behind it. When you walk, especially on your shoes, so many ants and bugs are being killed. You are thinking that you are going to meet your friends or friends are going to meet you, and you walk at home from kitchen to living room to bedroom to guest room to bathroom. So many living entities are killed. You have to take the responsibility, gentlemen. Shastra is not actually a joke. It is the direction given to the human beings to live at ease. If you don't, never mind. When you eat at a restaurant, you think somebody else is going to pay your ticket? The bill? No. The bill they give you, you have to pay. When you do your own actions, second person, third person is not going to take responsibility of that particular karma, actions. It is you. So you have to pay the bill. So if you do karma, then you pay the bill as well. Don't take it as a mythology, because you cannot conceive all these things. You stamp it as a mythology, like the modern foolish people bring all these TV serials on the scriptures. Everything is mythology for them. Why? Because they cannot do those things. So they think it is mythology. They cannot see, or they haven't seen the heavenly planet. So heavenly planet is mythology. They haven't seen America, so America is mythology. The American people haven't seen India, so India is mythology. The Himalaya mountain is not actually seen by so many people, so Himalaya is just a mythology. So everything that we don't see directly, we stamp it as mythology. This is what's going on. So finally, there is a grinding mortar. Nowadays you have so many blenders, right? So the grain crushing machines, and you have different motors, right? Run the machine grinding spices and idli batter or dosha batter, or chapati making machines. So many living entities die there too. And when you see a bug in your food, you easily remove. If you don't see it, you still eat it. So how they actually died? It's because that is the nature of the world. So these, in order to get rid of the sins committed through these things, you need to perform yajna. Or you completely surrender to the Supreme Lord. Yesterday we told that when you pay the taxes to the government, government equally distribute to all their departments. The police officers and many other government agents do not raise fund, we said. Also, you are not allowed to go and pay in the police station your taxes or in the courtroom, because the court also, the judges are paid by the government. You are not allowed to go any government firm to pay your taxes. You are asked to pay to the government directly. So they distribute. Similarly, you pay all of your supreme yajna to the Supreme Lord, which is called transcendental yajnas. By paying to the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Lord is exactly like a trunk of a tree. If you pour water to the trunk, it branches, it leaves, it twigs, fruits, flowers, all of them gets water. But if you try to pour water on every branches and twigs and flowers and fruits, the water is not going to reach there. So therefore, the true yajna has to be performed for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. So when you pay these taxes to the government naturally energizes you, you are no more a criminal, and also all the subordinate officials are also taken care of. You are also free from all kinds of illegality. So, Yajna Shishta Shiniga Shando, devotees having the knowledge of the scripture, they cook food for the purpose of yajna to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, who is the fountain head of all living entities, leader of all souls, exactly like the Lord Ramachandra was the leader of all the monkeys when he went to kill Ravana. When Krishna went to Mahabharata, all the Pandavas were following, the Lord was the leader. Like that, in the entire creation, not only this very planet or this very universe, there are billions and zillions of universes in the causal ocean. They are floating. Everywhere you actually see, the leader is the Supreme Lord, because he is the creator. And having same potency for multi-million times to generate more living entities, more resources for all of them. He is the Supreme Lord. His name is Krishna, which means all attractive. And he followed the perfect dharma. Everyone follows him automatically, dharmic, simply following the Supreme Lord. So when he is the master of all religion, spirituality, everything, naturally those who follow his footprint also will be free from all kinds of misunderstandings, sins, and agam. Agam means sinful activities. So in this way, they remain pure. So this is what our understanding about this particular line. Yajna Shishta Shiniga Sandhu. Munchande Sarva Kalpishay. They will be free from Sarva Kalpishay. Kalpishay means sinful activities. Agam, another word for sins. So all sinful activities, they are completely pure now, antiseptic. Just like a sun sucks water from the filthy places also, right? You have the sewage system stored here and there in the cities. All the city waters are stool, urine, gutter, means kitchen water, everything flows and situated in that pond or lake, and it is stored there. They are unable to do anything about it. But however, the sun sucks water from there and remain antiseptic. Who? The sun. Even though he takes all these septic things from these filthy places, he remains antiseptic. Similarly, when we engage in the Supreme Lord's service, who is the Supreme Son, can take all your contaminations, all your septics from your body, poison from your body, sin from your body, and still the Supreme Lord will remain uncontaminated. In the Christianity, they say Jesus Christ has taken all these people's sins. And Sanatanis say because of taking all the sins of these people, he was crucified. Because human being cannot be so much powerful as God. You don't see Krishna was crucified, right? Every demon came in front of Krishna with a smiling face, sent all of them either to the spiritual world or giving them a form like him or sending them to hell. Different places. Krishna sent them. And Krishna was always having the beautiful, enchanting, happy face. So he takes all these sinful people's devotees, especially sins, and the demons, false ego, and devotees, false ego as well, plus purify them, because he is the most pure personality of Godhead, single Lord of the universe, of the soul, of everything that we perceive. So, here we can understand that how Krishna is so transcendental to this material nature. Therefore, Sarvakalpishay, he takes all of our sins. Munjade tvagam pavaye, those who eat food that is not offered to the Supreme Lord, tvagam pavaye, they are eating only the sin. So much sinful activity, so much sin is already within the body, within the consciousness, within the mind, everywhere is already there. By eating food that is not offered in yajna to the yajna Purusha, Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, we are having more sins. So there is no need for you to complain, why I am suffering, why I am suffering, why I am suffering. Why? Because for our sense enjoyment, we eat everything. Goat, chicken, mutton, sheep, rabbit, deer, cow, buffalo. And such a civilization you maintain both in India and outside, and you guys want peace. Why these calamities, tragedies then and there taking place? In your immediate memory, you can actually see Corona took away thousands of, lakhs of, millions of people away. Immediately after that, the war started, right? Russia, Ukraine. Then immediately after, there is other calamities, Islam, burning this, burning that, fighting, dying. And before that, constantly the harassments and tensions were going on, people were killing one another, Iraq war, Afghan war, this war, that war. So, why? Because we kill all these living entities for the taste of the tongue. And Krishna creates all these pantomime, wars, and human annihilation take place there. Bombing here, there, hundreds and thousands are dead. There was a reason for the Supreme Lord to do all these things. If we keep quiet and take care of our duties in a spiritual manner, in a transcendental manner, and love all living entities who are the creation of the same Supreme Lord, there won't be any problems. There are one or two religions, especially one religion, will be completely eradicated from the planet because of the sinful activities. It is mentioned in the Bhavishya Purana. I am not taking the name, but it is going to happen. So, whatever mentioned in the Puranas and Shastras is exactly taking place. In the name of religion, one becomes fanatic. Fanaticism means to support the religion, their religion, there is no philosophy. If there is no philosophy, religion becomes fanaticism. If there is no religion, your so-called philosophy becomes simply mental speculation. This is the statement of our Acharyas, and it is happening. There is no theme, there is no creed, there is nothing substance in what they follow. There is no person God. There is no idea about who God is. There is no idea about how God created all of us to kill each other or love each other. So these are the important things. So if you eat food, all this false food, for your own gratification of the tongue for few seconds, until your belly is full, you can keep supplying the food. For that, you have to take the kilbishai, agam, sins, so much. So here, the Lord actually says, those who cook food for their own indriya preeti, they are only eating sin. Bhunjade tvagam pavaye, ye pashyande atmakaranada. Atmakaranada means for own satisfaction, sense gratification. If you eat food without giving to God, then you are a criminal. Previous verse, not performing the sacrifice to the demigods, you are called a chor. Chor means thief. Now here, you are a sinner. You think all these things are a joke? Or just to hear from here, or see what I am speaking and forget about it, and continue, I need to go to the office, I need to go to the office, bread, butter, jam, blah, 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 blah. And, eat from the kitchen, while it is cooking, keep tasting. Salt is there, chili is there, but there itself your belly is full by tasting the food at the kitchen. How you actually perform yajna to the Supreme Lord, purified food. Onion, garlic, oh, it's tasty. Onion bhaji. Some Brahmani Mataji was saying, oh, we cook onion bhaji. Eat. And answer to the Yamaraj, if you don't control your own urges, speaking urges, tasting urges, sexual urges, hearing urges, you are going to pay the bill. Karma begins from all these knowledge acquiring senses. Then the working senses comes. If you control the knowledge acquiring senses, and above the knowledge acquiring senses is the mind. Mind demands all these things from the knowledge acquiring senses. acquire the knowledge and satisfy me using your working senses, hands, legs, mouth, genital, and rectum, and satisfy me, satisfy me. There is no discipline in our life. How we think that we will have happiness, how we will have the peace. So come to Krishna consciousness is for, we are inviting, we are not asking any money. Of course, we ask some donations for Janmashtami, Radhashtami, to glorify the Supreme Lord. They are also confusing. Oh, I don't have money. For the hospital, you have so much money to pay the bill. For wasting, losing, trading, here, there, you have so much money. When Krishna's service, birthday comes, your children's birthday, you have tons of money to spend in five-star hotels, party, inviting people to show your dignity. When the Lord's birthday comes, oh, Krishna has everything, why he needs it? Don't pay anything. So, you think that having all these miserly actions and sinful actions and constant killing of insects and birds, you think karma is not chasing after you. Ignorance is not an excuse, but intentionally or ignorantly you commit after 5 years after your birth. Every actions are counted. Be very careful. Therefore, come to the Supreme Lord's service. Lord actually says, Sarva dharmam pariteja, give up your way of religious activities and come and cooperate with me. Mam ekam sharanam vraja, take shelter of me, worship me, remember me, give me your food, everything, that is what it is. Whatever your actions every day that you perform, that is what Krishna is asking for. So once you actually give to the Supreme Lord, aham tam sarva bhavebhyo, all kinds of sinful activities you have rendered, done, knowingly or unknowingly, all these panchasuguna yagyas, killing living entities, right? Eating all these garbages all over. Seafood, some people think that I like seafood. One guy called from Kerala and said, seafood, I love it. The next week, he saw where he was sitting on the chair got crashed and fell down, was in the hospital for weeks and weeks. So whatever you have eaten by your purchase of the fish, you have spent in the hospital. So what is the use of such enjoyment? If the destiny is going to go to hell, what is the use of the present enjoyment? It is just like a guy who is going to be hanged tomorrow, they give a last dinner. Whatever you want, you eat. What is the use of such a dinner? The guy is so nervous and he was so fearful. How he will eat? Not even a grain he would be able to eat. But they are offering feast to him. So this is what going on. They are eating the feast, but they don't know. That fellow at least know that I am going to die, so he will not feel any appetite. But here, ignorantly eating everything to only to go to hell. Bhunjade tvagam pavaye e pashyante atma karanade. For satisfaction of the tongue of the family or individual is not going to save you. So I'm interacting with you as a best well-wisher. If you don't like it, that is a different thing. If you like it, try to follow. Thank you. Hare Krishna. We will continue.